Hi guys, Dr. Hampton here. Welcome to my channel, and I have a question for you. Have you ever been told as a type 2 diabetic that you'll be on insulin for the rest of your life? If that's you, this video was made for you or any other family member who has been told that, because it's not true. And today I have podcast episode number 76 guest Gwendolyn Butler, who's here. And she's one of my patients, and she has found out that that's not true as well. And I really wanted to bring her to this episode to help walk you through a few steps that you can take to make sure you don't end up on insulin for life. So, Gwen, let's start with your first tip. What's the first thing that people should think about in order to not be on insulin for the rest of their life?
The first thing they should think about is a low-carb diet.
I love that
Most
because
definitely.
most definitely. And I agree 100% because if you think about it, what is diabetes in the first place? It's your inability to process glucose properly, and all carbs turn into glucose. So if we reduce the amount of carbs in our diet, then maybe we don't need medicine after all. So it's a very effective approach. And I find that even though we're going to give you a couple other tips, that's actually all you have to do for most people. So with that, Gwen, what's your second tip to get off insulin quick?
Oh, my fave, intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
Mhm.
So tell us what's your approach, because I know there's various approaches.
Okay, my approach is I do not eat breakfast. My first meal of the day is at lunchtime, about 12:30, 1 o'clock,
Cool.
and then dinner.
And then you have dinner. Perfect. So that's exactly what I do. And it kind of makes sense, guys, because your pancreas, which is where your insulin is made, it's under your left rib. Your pancreas literally gets a rest when you don't eat. So if you want your islet cells, which makes the insulin in your pancreas, to recover, you stop eating. It's kind of an obvious thing. And by doing that, it's probably the fastest way to reverse diabetes. So now we have two things. We have a low carb diet and we have intermittent fasting. What's your third tip, Gwen?
My third tip would be exercise. And what I do is I walk 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and it's cost efficient. It don't cost anything to walk. So yeah, that's what I do. And the weekends I just kind of chill.
And I like walking because a lot of people think you have to do some intense exercise. But walking, interesting enough, because it's aerobic exercise and that you're able to breathe air and do it that way. You actually primarily you burn fat, and when you do exercise that's fast, sprinting type things, you end up burning. You need sugar, so it's very interesting how that works. So if you want to burn fat, walking is actually better sometimes than sprinting. So you gave us three critical tips. And I'll only add one thing, which is how we think, right? So a lot of times you're being told things that are not really true, that you'll be on medicine for the rest of your life. And the reality is that's not true. So if we think differently about how to heal and reverse disease with lifestyle, we all have the chance to not be on medicines chronically. So thank you, Gwen, for your tips. And for those who are watching, I hope this healing message is shared by your friends and family because they are looking for hope and they're looking for a life without medicine. So I thank you for coming to my channel. And again, Gwen was podcast episode number 76 guest, and we'll make sure to have a link in the show notes. So until the next video, I ask that you be safe, be well, and continue to protect your nest.